You mentioned a couple of times the last game against Alabama, you had some defensive miscommunications that put y'all in a bind. Sort of explain what happened in there and what you can do to correct it this time.
I just thought when we were talking about how we wanted to play them, it confused our guys in terms of we were giving no help on drives. We were so concerned about being out on Shackelford and being out on Petty and being out on Kyra that we were basically playing one-on-one defense, and you're on an island by yourself. And obviously you can't play that. You got to have good team defensive concepts. And so that's what I was speaking to.
Go ahead and get the microphone over to Logan. First row on the left.
It's been so long since y'all have played Alabama. Just how much have they changed over this span of time, and how much has your team kind of grown?
Yeah, well, I watched that game last night. Man, it's you know, our defense was really something to be desired in that game, and you know, so I think that you know, we're better than we were the first time we played, and obviously they are as well. They're very talented. And you look at, you know, how they're shooting, and they've just gotten better and better, and they're coming off one of their most impressive wins of the year at Ole Miss, where they, you know, thoroughly dominated the game and won by 25 on the road, which is really hard to do in this league.
You talked, Coach, last week about how tough this last stretch is, and how obviously your team needs wins and to be consistent to get in the tournament. When you look back at the film, especially the A&M game, what things have to get better from a consistent standpoint?
You know, I just thought that our defensive intensity in that game particularly had to be better than it was. You know, but they're good. I mean, you know, like, it's funny when you look at their net, and you know, we talked about that going in. It wasn't even indicative of all, you know, how good Texas A&M is a problem. They're really a good team and very well coached, and they've grown an incredible amount. You know, got to give them credit for. You know, they have outstanding players. They have good personnel, but we've got to be better. I mean, you look at and taking care of the basketball. I mean, we had 16 turnovers in that game that led to 22 points. You know, it's not just turn it over, and when your turnover leads to easy baskets at the other end or uncontested layups, then it's really a problem.
Kind of going off Paul's question a little bit, I know you always talk about playing one game at a time and focusing on the next game. But with 4 games left, do you think you need to win all of them to have a chance at a net large berth, or is that still up in the air?
That's still up in the air.
Any questions for Coach with the microphone to you? Let's go ahead and get it back over to Paul here. Left side, first row to Coach.
Kind of a recruiting question, Coach, but obviously the NCAA is looking at legislation to give kids a one-time transfer without sitting out. If that rule happens, how does that kind of affect the way you recruit?
I think that would be a really bad thing for college basketball. You know, I think that if that happens, we'll deal with it that time.
Yeah, DJ Stewart has played so well over the last month and a half or so, but you know, Saturday was kind of an off game. Was it just an off day for him, or what were they doing to kind of keep him, you know, from being
Yeah,
offensive?
I don't think there's anything that they were doing. You know, he was 1 for 7 from the field. He still had 5 assists, made some really good passes. I know that, you know, he was not pleased with his performance in that game, and you know, he was in the gym early yesterday, getting extra shots up before we met, and you know, lifted and went through some stuff as a team yesterday. So, you know, that's the kind of kid he is. You know, tomorrow's game is again an 8 o'clock game, which is always tough here in Starkville. And so many of our fans from out of the area have to come from so far away, and we're so appreciative of that. And we're also want to promote the fact that tomorrow is American Cancer Society day for us, and that you know, part of the game is about raising money to fight cancer. And you know, everybody in this room, everybody that you know, everybody in our family has been touched by cancer, and all of our lives have been affected. And you know, we can all go into so many experiences and stories of how we've all, you know, my daughter's a pediatric oncology nurse for a living. She deals in this with children on a daily basis. And so, you know, everybody's got things that you want to give money to. And, to me, there's nothing more important than giving money to help do more research to find the cure for cancer. And we're talking about all the billions of dollars and trillions of dollars that we want to spend during this election cycle right now. I wish someone would say we need to spend $1 trillion to figure out the cure for cancer. That'd be the money best well spent on anything that we could spend money on. When you think about all the lives that are devastated by it.
Any other questions for Coach before we let him go?
Thank you.
Thanks, man.